This is the biggest secret to mixing professional quality music. This is a trick I always use on vocals and I always use on 808s. What's up YouTube? It's Kingsford back with another mixing tutorial. Today I'm going to teach you how to add saturation to your tracks. This is one of the most important things you need to add to a mix to get it to that professional level quality. So what is saturation? Saturation is slight distortion that's added on to the audio as different effects are added to the signal chain. Now in older recordings, this was added naturally through outboard compression, tape machine, EQs. Since we're dealing with everything in digital, all of our plugins are super clean. It doesn't add that same quality, that tone, that slight distortion that we need. So I'm going to show you a way that you can add that in and get that high quality saturation mix into your tracks. This is a trick I always use on vocals and I always use on 808s. These are crucial to your 808s because this allows your 808s to cut through on lower quality speakers like laptop speakers, iPhone speakers, earbuds. This is the biggest secret to mixing professional quality music. First of all, I'm going to show you this vocal track. As you can see, all I have on here right now is this auto-tune, a tiny bit of EQ, and then I have a de-esser. I'm going to play this vocal track dry for you.
I'm giving you lies, showing you doors, but you got me here with my back to the wall, and you know how it feels, and you know that it hurts, but you keep running on.
So it's a pretty clean recording. It's sounding nice, but in order to get it to that professional level mix that we want to hear on the radio, we've got to add that saturation. So you create a send. I have this sent to bus 16, which is my saturation send. It was just an empty bus I chose for my saturation. And this is the chain I have for my saturation. First thing that I do is I add an EQ and I take out all of the low frequencies, because the low frequencies, once they get distorted, it really muddies the mix, and I want to keep those clean. So I'm going to high pass this signal chain and take out all of these lows up to 500 hertz. Second thing is I add my distortion plugin, and the parameters, this is just the stock distortion plugin that I have in Logic. If you have third-party plugins, you can experiment with those. This one works just fine. I've turned my tone up to 10,000 hertz, so this way it's cutting off just the highs, so the highs aren't going to be too harsh when they get distorted, so those aren't going to go through the signal chain at all. Then I've turned the drive way up, 24 decibels, that's super distorted, and then I've turned my output down to -8 dB. Alright, next thing I have is a compressor. This is just blending everything together so nothing comes out too loud when the signal is going into it. I've adjusted these parameters a little bit. This is also a stock compressor in Logic. I've turned the distortion up once again, a pretty low ratio right here, and then I've turned the threshold up to -25 dB, so it's going to catch almost everything that comes through and just level it down slightly. Next thing I have is another de-esser. It's compressing all of those higher frequencies that might sound harsh. And then this is one that I always add, which isn't necessarily necessary, but I really like the way it sounds, and that's the stereo spreader. And this is honestly just the default setting. It just spreads everything out. So let's bypass all of these and we'll play it dry again.
I'm giving you lies, showing you doors, but you got...
Okay, now I'm gonna send it in, and I've turned this knob up. You can adjust this once you've turned it all up to get your desired level of saturation. So this is with the saturation send.
I'm giving you lies, showing you doors, but you...
See, when I turn it up too high, it distorts it too much. So I just want to blend it in just slightly.
I'm giving you lies, showing you doors, but you got me here with my back to the wall, and you know how it feels, and you know that it hurts, but you keep running on.
You hear how that just gives the track a little bit more body. The next thing I'll show you is adding this onto an 808. So we're going to say in this project, I have this 808 pattern. Okay, now we're going to go through the same process. This is being sent to bus 1. Now we're going to have a send. We're going to choose another empty bus. Let's make it this bus 15. And we're going to do the exact same thing. Cut out those lows, maybe a little bit less because it's an 808. It is a low tone. We want that tone to come through. That looks about right. Now we're going to add in our distortion. We want this up. And I'm just going to turn this all the way up to 20,000 because I know there's no higher frequencies in this signal at all. So it doesn't matter. Now I'm going to pump that drive. And we'll turn the output down. We're hearing it now. A little too much. Alright, now we're going to control it with a compressor. And then we don't even need the de-esser because there aren't any high frequencies, but we can still add that stereo spread. Now this just widens it all out, and it's just in those upper frequencies, so you still get that low, centered, deep sounding bass that you want, and that's going to come through in your monitors. That's going to come through live concert, big speakers. But in those lower quality speakers, this is going to really put your 808 front and center. Alright, now let's hear that with the vocal. We've got a few more layers in here we can add just so we have a understanding of what the full mix. And I'm going to put on these reverb and delay sends that I have on this vocal track. If you want to learn more about how to add reverb, I just made a video about that last week. You can find it right up there. Alright, here it is.
I'm giving you lies, showing you doors, but you got me here with my back to the wall, and you know how it feels, and you know that it hurts, but you keep running on.
So you see how that just has a lot more body to it. Everything is just sitting nicely in the mix, sounding bigger, more full, more professional. So now you get a sense of how it sits in the mix. Let's just go ahead and bypass the saturation so you can hear the difference with and without.
Eyes showing you doors, but you got me here with my back to the wall, and you know how it feels, and you know that it hurts, but you keep running on. Eyes showing you doors, but you got me here with my...
So you should be able to hear the difference there. Now let's listen to the 808.
Eyes showing you doors, but you got me here with my back to the wall, and you know how it feels, and you know that it hurts, but you keep running up.
This is something I encourage you all to try out. Definitely put it on your 808s if you're a beat maker. If you mix your own songs, you mix all of your vocal tracks, you're definitely going to want to try putting this on there. It's going to really beef up your mixing quality, your vocal mixes. Go ahead and try this out. If you're a beat producer, put it on those 808s, put it on toms also, and a little bit on your kick too. This is going to really emphasize those low end frequencies that may not stand out on lower quality speakers, but they really need to. Hope you guys enjoyed the video today. Hope you learned something. If you want to learn more about mixing, go ahead and subscribe to my channel, click the bell, give the video a like, and let me know in the comments what you want to learn about next. Catch you in the next video. Peace.